It's the bag that just keeps on giving and giving. It has so much space. It's the perfect travel bag. Hey all you cool cats and kittens, it's Brittany here with Laid Back Lux with another video. If this is your first time tuning in, thank you, and don't forget to hit that subscribe, the like, and the bell to be notified when I make new content. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back and thanks for joining me on another video. Today I'm going to be talking about my personal favorite all-time travel bag, at least in the designer realm. And what I'm going to be talking about is that Samur 35. So let's get into it. So I don't know if you guys have noticed, at least on the Facebook Louis Vuitton group realm, the Samur has been making a true comeback. It kind of went away. I've never really seen a lot of talk about it until recently. I know I've had my bag for about 7 or 8 years, and the bag is older than that. But just in the last maybe 6 months or so, I've seen an uptick in people wanting to purchase it, people selling it, and they're really reasonable on the resale value. I think I've seen them go anywhere between $300 to $500, depending on the quality and the wear and tear on the bag. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's this guy right here. So mine is loved. It's patinaed. It has marks on it. It's been in the rain. It's had my food soaked fingertips on it. Like, I bought this bag as my travel bag. Like, I wanted to use it. I didn't care what happened to it. It was just perfect. And it really has been around the world with me. Everywhere that I went in that 7 years, this bag has gone. I don't know how to explain it. It's perfect. It expands. It's double-sided. And this is only one of many sizes. So this is like the smaller, practical, like purse size. But they actually get quite large, almost into the luxury size, or not the luxury, but the luggage size pieces. They're huge. And like the jump between the 35 and the 43 is just, the 43 is almost the same size as that keep all back there. It's just humongous, and you can fit your whole entire life in it. And if you don't believe me, I'm about to show you in a little bit. So the story behind this bag was my parents went to Asia, I think back in like, I don't know, 2010. And my mom came back with this bag, and it was kind of like, it was this bag. It was a duplicate or a replica. And I was just like, I don't really like it. You know, I don't know why I'm going to wear it. It's kind of like old lady-like, but whatever. I decided to rock it for a little bit, and it broke, as it would, because it was fake. So I did wind up really liking the bag when I was using it. So I did want to get the real one. And what I did was, when I got my first promotion at the job I was working at in Honolulu, I went upstairs after I think I bought like a wallet. I might have bought my Neverfull first. I think I did. I think I bought my Neverfull, and then I went back the week later and I bought this guy. So this has been with me since like 2013. And I went into the store. I didn't even know the name at the time. And I was like, I want this crossbody bag. My mom brought me this bag. It was a crossbody. It has 2 flaps on each side. And you could adjust it on the side. And she came back and she brought this out, and I was so excited, and I was like, I'll take it. And I think at the time it was $1,600. It was higher than I thought it was going to be, but I wanted it anyway, so I just bought it. And it was super light at the time. It was not all loved and crinkly, and I just fell in love. What I'm going to do throughout this video, or maybe at the end, I don't know, we'll see how it goes when I'm editing, is I'm going to put like a montage of all the times I've had this bag, because it's literally gone to at least 15 countries with me. It's just crazy. I know one of the first trips I took it on was to Canada. I've taken it to Bosnia. I've taken it to Albania. I've taken it to Spain and France. Like, anywhere I've gone, this bag has gone. Even when my mother came to visit me the first time and we went to Spain, she used this bag. It was just like the bag she used when she traveled, and she wound up liking it so much that she got one for herself. She looked on the market and found one for herself. Now, I have seen this on the European website, like the general European Louis Vuitton website, and it's like call for availability. And I also have seen where people have said their sales associates or their client advisors had been able to get this bag for them, but it is really hard to get and it's rare. But if you can get your hands on one, I say do it. It's one of my most loved pieces. I don't think I will ever let it go. I was actually just thinking recently about getting all the Vachetta redone, but you know what, looking at it in the camera, I love it. I love this patina. It shows its character, it shows its journey. It's just, I mean, I don't even care. I have a little bit of a pin mark because I put everything in this bag, y'all. I did not care, like everything. I know my mom came, she's like, don't get it wet. I'm like, it's already been wet. It's been caught in rainstorms. It's been amazing. So I do kind of want to show you what I would typically fit inside. Now, granted, this would be like the beginning journey of the trip. As the trip would go on, I would fill and fill and fill this bag until it couldn't be filled anymore and it was too heavy. And if I needed more room, I would just adjust it. But that never really happened. Typically, everything was okay because you can open it up. Let me just do that. You can open it up and have it. I never did this. I don't know why or when you would need to have it open, but look at the difference, guys. This is like untouched Vachetta. That's crazy compared to this. That makes me giggle. So you could open it up if you really needed to. I don't know why you would. I never did. I usually keep mine on the second. Actually, now I noticed one was on the second hole. The other one was on the very last hole. So I'm going to do that. Maybe it worked for me for some reason. However, it's just, I don't know how to explain it. It's just the accordion of all bags. Dun, 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 dun. Don't mind me. So I'm going to show you what I typically would take with me at the beginning of the trip, like how I would pack my bag to get on the plane and get there. Once I was shopping though, once I started shopping, this thing was full, like full, expanded. I didn't even know, and I would still have space. It's crazy. It just kept giving and giving and giving. It was like the never-ending bag. I loved it. But let's start. So typically the way I would wear this bag, since there are two flaps, I appreciated the flaps and the buckle because it did give extra security, especially when I'm traveling to those places that have high pickpocketing, you know, areas. So I liked it. Some people said that they didn't like it because it was a buckle and they felt like it was too much to get into. They would prefer a snap button. However, I didn't mind it. So what I typically did was the side that my wallet was on, I would put against my body and it'd be unlocked. So I could just easily get to my phone, my wallet, and my room key just like this. And I'd pop it down. Sometimes you'll see pictures where it's up like this against me because I obviously was going through it for my phone or something. But I would just kind of pick through it that way and then close it back down. However, I would always keep this outer end buckled. So that was my security net. So like people who were bumping against me, they couldn't just easily get into this bag. They had to like fumble with it or cut it if they really wanted to. But I've never had that happen, thank God, knock on wood. And it just gave me that extra level of security. I typically would just have like whatever I purchase or like items for the day in there. So it really depends, but I always had my keys, my wallet, and my phone against my body just because that was the most practical. It was easy for me. Just go in, out, get what I needed, put it back, put the flap down, and I still felt it was secure. So just to kind of show you some items that I would typically take. So this is actually the side that has my wallet on it. It fits a lot. To kind of give you an idea, I do have my large size Kirigami because again, this is my travel Kirigami. So if I had my tickets and things like that in there, I would just have it in this back pocket. So on the inside, there's two pockets. Don't judge me, y'all. It's messy inside. Like I said, I really did not care. There's pen marks. I think something got wet in there. But there's two pockets on the inside. See that giant stain? No judgment. It's mine forever, y'all. I ain't ever selling this. I think it was like a ticket stub or something. But the back pocket, I would typically have my full size or my large size Kirigami inside. and against the back. Let me do this correctly. And then, I don't know why, I was always traveling with a full-size wallet, even though I had other ones. I mean, granted, they weren't super small, but they were smaller than this. But this would be the wallet I would take. Sometimes I'd put my tickets in here, or receipts as I have now. I should take those out. And then I would have my credit cards. I would be able to divvy up my money. So if I had US dollar, euro, and then whatever other currency I was traveling in at that time, I'd be able to put it in there. And this fits in there easy, easy peasy, boom. So then I would have that against my body. Now, I also would take like other essentials. Sometimes I'd have my passport out, but I would usually typically put that back here in the pink glove or in the pink kirigami. Then I would have my coin purse always. I always use my round coin purse before getting my Bastia, and that would fit in there too. And look, there's still space everywhere, and it can still go. So that would usually be against my body. On the other side, I would have like essentials. I'd have lotion, I'd have hand sanitizer, I'd have my sunnies. Now on this side, it's only one pocket. So it's just one large pocket. There's not a double pocket in there, but you can still fit quite a bit. So I'd put my sunglasses. I typically have my toner spray from Lush, but I'd have the small one. However, we don't have the small one anymore. Or if I do, it's upstairs somewhere. And that would fit in here. Just so you can see, the large size still fits. I would put my, I don't have a camera, but my husband had one, and I would carry his. However, his got stolen in Spain. So this is just kind of replicating it. This is my sprocket in its case. The sprocket itself, I don't know if you've seen one, is really small. It's a portable printer. However, just to kind of show you how much space it has, it can fit this whole thing in there. So putting all that back, zipping it up, putting that sprocket in there as well. And then I'd have my lotion. Let's say I got a trinket. I did get this in Bosnia, and I did have this in my purse. Although I learned that it's very morbid to get this. So don't get it, because it's from all the bullets that happened from the war. Lesson learned. But I did buy it, and I did stick it in my bag, and it fit with all my crap in there too. And let's say I wanted a lipstick. Boom, that's in there. I wanted my other lotion. That's in there. Even if like I was an essential oil freak, which I kind of am, but I never would travel with them, I could get those in there as well. So I have quite a bit of stuff in here, and I could still keep going. Like, that's the crazy part. I could still have a bunch of room for other items, and it was just, it wouldn't look as like, you know, pristine and flat, but it could still close. I could still close it. I could still secure it, and I could still walk around and feel comfortable knowing that my belongings were protected. And I did. And if I got more stuff, I would be filling it on the other side as well. I tried not to, but you know, halfway through my trip, things got just all hodgepodge. They would end up in different ways, and I would always be glad at the end of the day to go back to the hotel and just dump everything out, because it does get heavy, guys. I'm not gonna lie. It has gotten heavy to the point where I had shoulder pain and I'd have to flip. So if you are going to do that and you're going to weigh it down, make sure to rotate sides of your shoulder. Don't just have it on one side the entire day. Granted, it gave me a great excuse to always get a massage at the end of every trip. It still did get heavy. And if you have shoulder issues, I would just kind of take note of that and just be mindful of how much you're stuffing in there, and be mindful to exchange and switch shoulders, because it gets heavy. Right now, it's not super heavy, but, well, no, it's heavy. But I know if I was walking around for miles and miles, it's just going to get heavier. It's going to feel heavier each mile. And I would definitely want to not carry it anymore. And I'd probably get my husband to try and carry it for part of the trip. So so just be mindful of that. But other than that, this isn't going anywhere. This is the number one. This is my favorite bag that I've bought myself. And I bought it again with the intent, this is going to be my travel bag. my crossbody, and it's long. When you guys see the pictures, you will see that it's a long it's a long purse, and you can adjust it. So you do have quite a few holes that you can have it on. I have it on the longest one, and when you guys see the picture, you're gonna be like, whoa, that is a long strap. And I've actually asked Louis Vuitton if they could make a strap this long for me, and they were like, no, you probably just have to buy a luggage one. We don't really have one that long, because if I could find a strap this long for all of my other bags, we'd be on point. But you can, again, adjust it. You do have the strap, just kind of like it is a luggage bag. And it just, I don't know, the pictures you'll see. In the pictures, I'm 5'10". My weight fluctuates a lot, like a lot. So when you see these pictures, you're going to see like some fit Britney pictures. You're going to see some chunky Britney pictures. You're going to see some in between. You're going to see a picture of my mom. Like, my mom's about 5'9" and she's smaller than me. So you can see exactly where everything it like lays. I'm about 5'10", 5'11". And again, in those pictures, you're going to see everything from about 210 pounds to 240 pounds. So you're going to see a fluctuation of that. And you'll see the length is still very long. It still looks like a perfect crossbody. It's just, I love it. There's nothing I can really say bad about this purse. If you can get it and you can find it, definitely get it. Again, I have seen it on the pre-love markets. There is a Samur 30, I believe, and a Samur 35, and a 43. And then I think there's another size. I think there's 4 sizes, but don't quote me. I know for sure there's those 3. I believe, because again, when I bought this, I didn't care. I didn't look at it. I'd have to go dig through my receipts to really see. I think this is a 35. I'm 99% sure this is the 35, just because the way it looks on my frame. But yeah, they do have a smaller one. And I think if you were to buy it now, they don't even go by numbers. It's like 35 GM or MM or something like that if you look on the European website. But I think that's pretty much it for the video. Like, I just wanted to do a quick what fits, how it travels. This was requested, so I did want to kind of get that out there. And again, I love it. If you can get your hands on one, do it. Even if you get one pre-loved and it's in this condition, like, for as old as it is and how much use, like, I really did not baby it, there's no cracking. There is wrinkling, and wrinkling does happen to a bag. I bought a bag. My keep ball was brand new and it had this, and I tried to tell Louis Vuitton I didn't want it anymore as soon as I got it, and they're like, it's normal, it's going to happen. And you know what? It happened. So I have those little waves throughout the whole lining, and I don't mind it. Whatever, it still works. There's no cracks, so I'm good. The stitching is still beautiful. There's no real fraying. The only issue I can kind of see is at the end right here. It's starting to get a little frayed. So that's something I probably want to take note of, but it still has a lot of life. And again, I do want to replace the vachetta at some point. Probably when the borders open back up, I will run over to the Louis Vuitton store and ask them to fix it. Or when COVID is, whenever they're doing the repairs, I'm definitely going to get the vachetta replaced. Even though I do love this color, I think just to keep the longevity of it, it's going to be really, I should do it. But it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Get you one if you can. Again, like always, I think I'm pretty much done. Like always, leave comments. Would you guys want this as your travel bag? Have you used one? Have you seen one? Like, what are your thoughts? Do you have a favorite travel bag? Even if it's not Louis Vuitton, throw it in the link below, because people are watching this video to find their perfect travel bag. So leave that in the comment box. Leave any suggestions. Again, I do answer my comments. I try and do everyone, and I think I'm pretty good about it. And if you have any suggestions or concerns or whatever, just go ahead and leave that. Other than that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe and ciao.